These two agree on 9 of the 11 players. Were these an easy 9 to pick, Jamie?
Yeah, I think they speak for themselves. A lot of Chelsea players in there. They've been the outstanding team. I'd say up until now, De Gea, obviously. Probably maybe a bit tight with Courtois, and obviously the front two as well. You look at that, but I said 2 positions up for grabs.
Those 2 positions up for grabs then. Let's start with the centre-backs. 2 options decided by you two were these 2 to fill that slot. Gary Cahill, you can see his stats on the left there. 1 goal so far, 103 clearances. That is Gary Neville's pick, I think I'm right in saying. Your pick, Jamie, Jose Font, the Southampton captain. Clearances, interceptions big as well. Why did you go for Font, Jamie?
Well, the defensive record, I think it was 5 or 6 games before they conceded a goal. Lovren was seen as the senior figure at the back. He went for big money. So he then had to step up into that role. I mean, Alderweireld has come in. I'm impressed with him as well. But when I watch him, I like his sort of organisation. If you're asking me who's one of my team tomorrow who would buy, I'd probably say Cahill. But in terms of the first sort of 6 months or 3 or 4 months of this season, I think he's been outstanding. I think it was right for the defensive record Southampton have got. The leader of the back four, how I see it, should be in the team.
Why Cahill, Gary?
I just think that back four of Chelsea has been fantastic. I think the partnership of Cahill and Terry has been outstanding in the first 4 or 5 months of the season. I can't disagree with anything Jamie said. You're talking, even in goal with De Gea and Courtois, you're talking about fine margins sometimes because they both had brilliant first 6 months of the season. So it's not as if we sort of say we don't rate other players when we pick one. You just have to put your neck on the line. I think that Cahill and Terry have been the best 2 centre-backs this season as a pair. I suppose it's easy for me to judge them because we're watching them together and we see how they play together. And I suppose with Font, he has done really well and it's been an outstanding performance getting into the national squad. So, but I've just gone for Cahill. I just think that he's had a good first 5 or 6 months of the season.
So the deciding vote went to you via Twitter, and this is the result of that. Font won it comprehensively with 68%. Gary Cahill with 32%. So Font is in at centre-back. We move to midfielders. Again, you two put this down to 2 players. Would it be Cesc Fabregas or another Southampton player, Morgan Schneidlin? Fabregas, an easy one for you, Gary?
I went for Schneidlin.
Oh, you went for Schneidlin?
Yeah,
apologies.
thanks,
I thought you were on the left.
Even Ed couldn't believe it.
You've gone for Schneidlin?
Yeah, I went for Schneidlin. I'm not quite sure why. As I said, look at those stats on the Fabregas. No, Fabregas, I think what Fabregas has given us is what I would have expected. For me, Schneidlin, if you put the team up, I think Jamie's team's a little bit open in midfield with Sanchez, Hazard and Fabregas. So I've just gone for the 2 holding midfielders. I think Schneidlin, in terms of impact on a team, I know you mentioned Font, I think Schneidlin there is the man at Southampton. I think he comes out...
They've got to hold on to him in January.
They drop. They're going to get absolutely bombarded in January off the likes... I mean, Liverpool, I'm sure, would look at him. Arsenal would look at him. Even United looking at holding midfield players. There's someone else I'm thinking of as well. Anyway, so they've left me. Tottenham, sorry, Pochettino. There's 4 clubs there I've named that all might fancy Schneidlin. I think he is one of the best performing midfield players in the league of his type, and that's why I've gone for him. Not because I don't fancy Cesc Fabregas. I think he's a good player.
No, I mean, obviously Gary's gone for Schneidlin. Typical FA man, 4-4-2, likes his workhorses in midfield. I like a bit of, someone can get on the ball.
You played under Uli and Benitez. You played under Uli and Benitez.
You played under Ferguson.
Everyone's
Everyone's 4-4-2. Workhorses in midfield. How Fabregas can't be in that team. He's going to break the record for most assists. I think Thierry Henry's got it. He's going to break that record. And as Gary said at the start, even, we all can't believe he's picked him.
Was that midfield of Biscan Haman? What was that?
You had the vote, and here's the result of that vote. Schneidlin wins 62%.
Oh
I tell you what, my campaign this afternoon has worked a treat, hasn't it? Schneidlin is in to that midfield, so the result looks like this, with Font at the back, Schneidlin in a very solid-looking midfield, Gary.
I hope Fabregas is not watching this show. He'll never watch it again. How he is not in that team.
13 assists.
Unbelievable.
No, look, he's in the running to be in the end-of-year team. That's the most important one to be in. Nothing's handed out now, is it?